Hello everyone, we will now see our next tutorial, that is mesh node creation method. So in CAENexus we provide two methods. So with one method we can have all our parts connected with each other, whereas with another method we will have all our parts disconnected with each other. So let's see these two methods. So this is the CAD model we will be using for this tutorial, and you can see here there are two cube parts which are touching with each other, and we will see when we use those two node creation methods then what happens to these two parts. So the first method we call it as ESET connected, whereas the second method we call it as ESET disconnected. So with the first method, that is it connected, we will have both these parts connected with each other. Whereas when we will use our another method called as is it disconnected, then these two cube parts will not be connected with each other. So let's see the details about abstract model file where we are actually specifying these two methods. You can see here I have opened the abstract model file. Now in the abstract model file, here under your mesh control setting, if we go towards the end, then we have the provision to specify the node creation method. So there are two methods available, that is set disconnected and is set connected. So I'll first select ESET disconnected and I'll just click on apply and close, and we will see what happens with this method when we create the mesh and when we create our exported file. So I'll first create the simulation model. So for that it will ask me for the CAD model which is to be linked. So I'll just select the 2 cube assembly, then our simulation model will get ready. So you can see here, this is the simulation model. I'll quickly click on the mesh icon, so the meshing will happen, and after that I'll just export my model. So I'll just click on this icon. Maybe I'll just create one folder called as export disconnected, because we have used ESET disconnected node creation method for this export. So I'll just click here and my model will get exported. Now with this method, these two cubes will be disconnected with each other. So what I mean by disconnected with each other? So you can see here, these two cubes, they are touching with each other. So at the interface of these two cubes, we will have two nodes created. So one node belongs to your upper cube and another node belonging to your bottom cube. So at the interface location, we will have the two separate nodes. So that two separate nodes means these two parts are not connected with each other in your mesh model. So let's see the details in the exported file. So this is the folder where I have exported my file. So I'll just open that file. So you can see here in the exported file, some grid data is written. Maybe I'll just quickly check one of the node. Maybe let's say what I can do is, okay, I can just see this node. So you can see here these two grids, that is grid with the ID 1546 and grid with the ID 1547. So both the grids, they are having same XYZ coordinates, but we have created two grids. So one grid belonging to one cube and the another grid belonging to another cube. Maybe I can just put these values in the CAENexus and I can just check the location. So this is what my x coordinate is. Maybe I'll just copy it and I'll just probe here in my simulation model just to see where exactly these nodes are coming. I can just copy my y coordinate as well, and I'll quickly copy my z coordinate, that is minus 11.38, and I'll just click on update. So you can see here this red dot highlights the location of this coordinate. So at the interface of these two cubes, we have the two nodes created with same coordinate. It means these two cubes are disconnected with each other. So this is about our first method, that is set disconnected. Let's now see the another method, that is set connected. Now for that, I'll close my simulation model. Then in the abstract model file, I'll just go in the mesh control setting. Then towards the end, I'll just set my node creation method as set connected. I'll click on apply and close, and I'll again create the simulation model. After that, I'll quickly carry out the meshing, and I'll just export my this file as well. So I'll just give name as export connected, because this time we have set our node creation method as set connected. So we expect that these two cube models will be connected with each other. That is, at the interface location, we will have only one node created, and that node will be belonging to both the cube parts. So I just select this folder and my file will get exported. So let's see the exported file. So in the directory, this is the location where my export file is created. I'll quickly open that file as well. Now, in this exported file, we will just see how many grids are created with the same XYZ coordinates. So maybe I'll just copy the XYZ coordinate from earlier file. So I'll just copy this, and in this newly connected file, I'll just search the grids having these XYZ coordinates. So you can see here I could find one grid having a grid ID of 1544. Now if I click on the next, then I'm not able to find another grid ID. It means this is the only grid which is having these XYZ coordinates. It means this grid belonging to your both the cube part. So that concludes that both the parts, that is both cubes, they are connected with each other in your mesh model, and this node is common between those two parts. So this way you guys can decide whether you want a disconnected mesh or you want a connected mesh. So general practice is you keep the mesh disconnected, and wherever you want to connect it, you can just use the number of node attribute to have the connected mesh. So for example, general practice is to connect the weld part with the other part. So in that case, what you can do is you can have the set disconnected method for your whole model, and just at the interface of weld part, you will define the number of node attribute which will connect your weld part with the surrounding parts. So this is all about these two methods, that is ESET disconnected and ESET connected. I hope you guys have understood these two methods. If you still have any question or queries, then please feel free to contact at support@novosnexus.com, and we'll get back to you accordingly. We will now meet in next tutorial. Till then, have a good day. Bye.